Hello video game players and Nintendo lovers out there. Welcome to the Beeping Nerds. And if you clicked on this video, you know what's in store for you. There's exactly 30 days until video games Christmas is here. That's right, E3 is in 30 days away.
A few hours ago, we got confirmation of when Nintendo will have their presentation at E3. You can expect it on June 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, according to the article, it says tune into e3.nintendo.com for a look of Nintendo Switch's games of 2017, including Super Mario Odyssey.
Now, according to all the articles, it sounds like we're going to be seeing a lot of the games that we already know about. We're going to be seeing ARMS, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, etc. But you know what? I'm okay with that. It's good to be seeing new stuff about those games and getting into more detail about them. But you never know what Nintendo will have up their sleeve. We may see a game that we never even knew existed, as well maybe as a rumor game that we keep hearing about. So I decided to talk about my top 10 video games I would love to see announced for the Nintendo Switch. Now these games are no particular order, these are just 10 games I would love to see on the Switch. If you have your own top 10 video games you would love to see on your Switch, or even if you see a game that you would love to see that wasn't on my list, please comment it down below. I would love to check them out, and I will make sure to comment on every single one of your guys' posts. Also, if you could hit that subscribe button, and I will also be doing a Sony and Microsoft top 10 video games I would love to see at this year's E3, and make sure you check those out as soon as possible. I will be sure to post them as soon as I can. Without further ado, let's check out my list. Let's go!
Number 10, Punch-Out! Punch-Out's latest game for the Nintendo Wii back in 2009 did pretty well if I recall. With the Joy-Cons having motion controls and the new ARMS game involving punch-like motion to play, there's no reason why a Punch-Out game could not come to the Switch. Hell, even with the success of the Amiibo and all the Punch-Out fans, it would be amazing to see Amiibos of Doc, Glass Joe, and King Hippo on the shelves. With split-screen multiplayer, taking Punch-Out to a few parties and beating your friends to a pulp sounds pretty fun to me. Number 9, Pokemon Stars. Whether it's called Stars or whatever Game Freak decides to call it, we need a Pokemon game on the Switch. Pokemon is one of Nintendo's biggest franchise. Hell, everyone in the entire world got together when Pokemon Go first released last summer. Everyone who owns a Switch would buy Pokemon in a heartbeat, and none of the Pokemon Coliseum or Gale of Darkness crap. A full-fledged Pokemon game where you pick a starter, collect gym badges, and play online against other trainers. Whether it's new Pokemon game or remake of Sun and Moon, the game would look beautiful in HD. And they could add so many cool mechanics to the game that they couldn't add to the 3DS because of the limitation of the system. The Switch is so much more powerful than the 3DS, so Nintendo, give us the Pokemon game we want in glorious HD. Number 8, Super Smash Bros. Honestly, I'm not talking about a brand new Super Smash Bros. Because that would take forever. Everyone was worried that a port of Mario Kart 8 wasn't going to sell on the Switch. But it did very well and even outsold the Wii U version. But that's because no one bought a Wii U at the time, so... But anyways. Nintendo could do the same thing they did with the deluxe version of Mario Kart. Add a few new characters, and add a few new stages with some returning stages as well. Nintendo, if you remade Super Smash Bros. For the Switch, with adding the 3DS stages, a few old stages as well as some new ones, and 3 or 4 new characters, I would totally buy it. Give us Ice Climbers, Shovel Knight, Wolf, and even Bomberman. And please, put Saffron City stage in the game too. I really miss that stage. Number 7, Metroid. A little while ago, Reggie was interviewed about a possible Metroid game coming to the Switch. He replied, "Talk to me in a year and let's look back and see what happened." That almost made me cry when I first read that. We haven't seen a true Metroid game since Other M in 2010. We are long overdue. Even at the end of Metroid Prime Federation Force, spoilers in 3, 2, 1, we got a cutscene at the end of the credits of Sylux hatching a captured Metroid egg. Metroid Prime 4 pretty much was teased in that cutscene. So is it possible we may see a little news of a possible Metroid Prime game in the works for the Switch? Let's hope. Number 6, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, before you click that dislike button, just hear me out. Starting off with Kingdom Hearts. Square Enix and Nintendo have been doing a lot in the past. Hell, we've had 4 Kingdom Hearts games for the Nintendo systems, even if they were for handhelds. And each game is a huge part of the Xehanort saga. Kingdom Hearts 3 has so much hype behind it that Nintendo would be a fool not to be a part of it. Microsoft has already jumped on the Kingdom Hearts 3 train, so there's no reason Nintendo couldn't do it. Graphical wise, the game wouldn't compare to the PS4 Pro or the soon-to-be Xbox Scorpio. But taking Kingdom Hearts 3 on the go would be a huge reason to buy it. And with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I could honestly say that I have never believed that Nintendo could be a possibility of that game. But with their chance that they lost a Final Fantasy VII when they were using cartridges for the Nintendo 64, now would be their time to jump on it. Hell, even with Cloud on Super Smash Bros., the dreams could be a reality. I would honestly die if they came out for the Switch. Even if for some reason that the Switch versions of those games came out months than the PS4 and Xbox One copies, I would rebuy the games again for that system. It may just because I'm a huge Square Enix fan, but I know I'm not the only one secretly wanting this to happen. And with Square Enix already been confirmed as a partner with the Switch, here's to hoping. Number 5, GameCube Games. Yes, GameCube Games. As much as the Switch needs Virtual Console games, the rumor of having Switch with Virtual Console games has been talked about for so long, it just needs to be a reality so far. Almost every console has been Virtual Console. The NES, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, and so on. Which, don't get me wrong, I would love to see those systems on the Switch, but we need a new console in the Virtual Console line. And which better one than GameCube? Can you imagine playing Super Mario Sunshine, Melee, Luigi's Mansion, and even Double Dash on the go? That would be a blast. And with online multiplayer, that would make a huge reason to buy these games again for the Switch. Number 4, third-party games. And when I mean third-party games, I mean the games that are actually going to sell. Like the new Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Injustice 2. All those are coming out this year and they would be perfect for the system. Imagine being able to go on a car ride with a buddy and playing a few local multiplayer rounds of Call of Duty or Star Wars Battlefront 2. If Nintendo wants the system to stay alive, they need all the third-party support games they can get. In just 2 months of owning the Switch, I only own Bomberman, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, and 1-2 Switch. Nintendo needs to pop out those third-party games this holiday. Especially if they want to attract this generation of gamers. Take my brother for example. He's the biggest Call of Duty zombie fan I have ever seen. And he always talks down about Nintendo. But I guarantee you, if he heard that Call of Duty Zombies was for the Nintendo Switch and he could take it on the go, he would buy that system in a heartbeat. Number 3, Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is one of those games that didn't really do well at first, but has aged well over time. We got a sequel for the 3DS called Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, but the whole game was you running around on missions, and it didn't feel like a true Luigi's Mansion sequel. If we got a true HD Luigi's Mansion sequel for the Switch, with it releasing around October of 2017 or 2018, it would sell very well. Maybe even have some sort of local multiplayer where one of the players could play as Professor Egad, and together you guys can hunt for ghosts and even have a race to see how many ghosts each one can catch. If we don't get GameCube games for the Switch, at least give us this, Nintendo. Number 2, Kirbys Dreamland game. Whether you're a Nintendo fan or a hardcore gamer, everyone loves this pink puffball. Although we got a spin-off game called Kirby's Epic Yarn, and also Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, we need a new Kirby game like Return of Dreamland for the Wii. With co-op multiplayer and the use of the already existing Kirby amiibo, the game would be a hit. And lastly, number 1, being a brand new Animal Crossing game for the Switch. As hard it is to believe, Animal Crossing New Leaf came out in 2012 for Japan and 2013 everywhere else. And no, I'm not including Happy Home Designer or Amiibo Festival because honestly, those games are just awful. Let's be honest, the only reason those games exist for Nintendo was to make a few bucks on Animal Crossing Amiibo figures and cards. And damn it, Nintendo, why do you take all my money? And I know we recently had an update for New Leaf called Welcome Amiibo, but it was still just a DLC for the same old game. And something about playing Animal Crossing in front of a living room TV and just kicking back just sounds amazing. I honestly loved playing the original Animal Crossing and City Folk on the television, but hated that I had to turn off the game whenever I was going somewhere. And both Wild World and New Leaf sold amazingly well for being handheld with the touchscreen, and it made it easier to play around with your inventory. Imagine playing an Animal Crossing in HD on your television and then pulling out the Switch from the dock and continuing the game on a trip. Honestly, I can go on forever why an Animal Crossing game for the Switch would be a huge success. But the fact that the fans have been waiting for a new game for years now speaks for itself. Make it happen, Nintendo. Hey guys, and thanks for watching. If you're able to sit through my rambling, please let me know what you thought of this video by hitting that like button, and give me a comment of what you think should be announced for the Switch. I'll be sure to read all your comments and respond to as many as I can. Until next video, stay nerdy, my friends, and have a good one.